All right, happy Thanksgiving weekend, everyone. Welcome to the Power Chat series. Today we have a post-show guest, Diego Rodriguez Flores. Diego, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to have you on the Power Chat series for an event that recently happened. It got a lot of social media attention for it, and it was called the Battle of the Martial Arts. So, what better name? Because I think that really encompasses what you guys did. But let's start off with how you performed.
hmm I felt pretty good there. I was really nervous heading up into it, just due to not having a competition with $15 as a potential prize as a forms competitor ever. That was quite a nerve wracking idea to be able to win that. So I didn't know who was going to be competing in it prior, just because I'm not too tech savvy with Juventex in particular. That's what they used, so didn't keep up to date with who's competing. And it was kind of just on the day I found out everybody there. And it was some tough competition, but my performances all felt really good. I only did traditional, even though I've done CMX in the past, and it was one fee for as many divisions as you want. So I
Mhm.
could have done CMX, but I didn't want to risk getting hurt. Also, I knew Rashad was for sure going to be there, and I have not practiced, and I knew I would not have beaten Rashad. So there was just no point wasting energy trying to do that.
Yeah.
So the
You
traditional
kind of
went
just
really well.
you had focused on what you were training, and I know like a lot of people on the circuit already know you for your traditional,
Yeah.
and so you really leaned into that. Now, for people who didn't know, just like a recap of the event, $15,000 Diego won. I know Bailey Murphy won the other. Was it 15
Yes.
grand for him too for
Yes,
just
so
the
it's
fighting?
15
Okay.
grand, 15 grand for men's fighting and 15 grand for women's fighting. I forgot the woman's winner's name, but I think she's Venezuelan, I think.
Mhm.
But I know she came for the tournament and she won that. And Bailey won the men's. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, tell me a little bit more about I can imagine how nervous one would be because $15,000 is a lot of money at any age, but for you who's kind of like younger in their career, it's a lot of money. Tell me more about how you managed those nerves.
So they hadn't really set in the divisions. I'll be honest, because I had some tough competition. I had Luca, who I'd say is my strongest competition right now in NASCA as well, and
Mhm.
he's local as well, so he was there. But I knew I had a really good shot of winning traditional. So luckily, I won. They had to do a split because there was too many competitors. I won my split and then the overall for the division. And then once I won traditional weapons as well. That one was pretty nerve wracking. I just didn't think I was going to win that one because I was going against Haley because it was men and women combined divisions. So I know Haley for a long time. She's who got me in the NASCA. So She's helped me with sword in the past when I was starting. So I did not think I would win, but luckily I was able to win that division over her and my girlfriend Melina, and I was able to go through. And then in runoffs, or not runoffs, I guess grands is where the nerves really kicked in because I realized even just those individual ones, if I won that individual grands, it was for $5,000.
Yeah.
So that performance was really nerve wracking because I was going against Rashad for the weapons. That was the first one. And I remember he was going first, and I was just so nervous about my own performance because, like, one misstep is 5K gone, which I've never felt that. I felt like 1K before for like nice shows and stuff, but
Mhm.
that amount of money was just much larger than I've ever had the pressure of. But I was able to just manage it and go out there and just perform my best. And weapons was really close. I only won by 1 point against Rashad. And then after I won weapons, forms is more of what I'm more comfortable with. So I didn't feel as nervous with that one. It was mainly
Mhm.
weapons that I was really nervous about.
Yeah. Now, when you said you had to split divisions, how many people were in that in the larger of the divisions?
I think it was 13 or 14. I don't know why they split it so early on.
Okay.
In each like before the splits. But
Hmm.
there was like 8 in each. Maybe it was like between 13 and 16 people. It wasn't too big of a NASCAR division, like they usually are
Yeah.
bigger. But they just split it up.
Okay.
Um but it made it kind of more intense in a way. And then they took the top three from each
Hmm.
division and then they made like a final division of six. So it
Okay.
was pretty
Interesting. Great. Well, yeah. So that has been like a really big topic of discussion. What are your thoughts on tournaments handing out award money like that?
It was, I think it's a huge step up to what we usually do. I think it was
Mhm.
really cool because they had an outside sponsor. So if we can get more of those for any, like, especially NASCAR tournaments, since they're already so huge, some
Mhm.
outside sponsorships to help actually for the prize money and not just for like the venue. Because I know they want to make the actual thing look good, but to incentivize, especially adult competitors to come in, some more prize
Mhm.
money. Because like this tournament had prize money for division winnings. You get
Mhm.
$50 for getting second in a regular division. I've never heard of that in my life. That was amazing. So just being able to get money for just participating in a division and getting first in that potentially instead of winning the grands, it felt a
Mhm.
lot better. Um, I do know some people didn't appreciate them not giving prize money to like second and third in the overalls, like runner up in the overalls. But I've other tournaments have done that before too, so I don't know. But they had division money and everything was just really well done with how they split up and gave a lot of money out to competitors.
Great. Okay. Now, this could definitely be like a blueprint for other events to really draw out those adult competitors. Now, in terms of what you've been up to for this entire season, how has the 2024 season been treating you?
It's been ups and downs. A lot of strong competitors coming in and out, just because, especially in traditional, a lot
Hmm.
of people have bigger goals with like the worlds and WKF and everything like that. So some people come in randomly on one NASCAR tournament, but then don't compete at others, and they're
Hmm.
like really good. So like Mason comes in every now and then, and he's like amazing. So it's really hard competition when he's there. There was Ocean States where Kaio came in and he won everything. So there's just different tournaments where people can come in. Joey came in, but I finally beat him in an overall night show this year. So that was really awesome to
Yeah, a
finally
veteran
accomplish.
like that, it must have felt really good to just come out on top.
Since I was in starting in adults, he's always been like a roadblock whenever I get to night shows, especially to
Hmm.
go against him. And I had never beat him, and it finally happened this year. So that was a nice accomplishment to have. But it's been a good year overall.
That's good. That's good. Now, you talked about some, like people who are doing different circuits and things, but in terms of you, I mean, you've been on the circuit for a while, but what are your goals when it comes to martial arts, whether that's in the competition or in the on the mat elsewhere at a school?
Yeah, my goal's more strictly competition, honestly, just to stay with it. I love competing. I love, especially NASCAR. I just think that's where I found my home ever since I started competing there when I was little. I'm not too ambitious to go outside of that. I just really love NASCAR, the people there, the environment, the promoters. And for like off the mat, I work at a karate school currently where I go to school up in Tampa. I help out
Mhm.
at a school, but I really want to focus on my education with like cybersecurity is my major. So I want
Okay.
to stick to that. And I want like in the future, my children to go do karate. I would love for them to compete. I'd help them, but I don't think I'm going to open any schools or anything like that. And I'm going to try to compete as long as I can. I love competing.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I think it's going to take you a while to get where I'm about to lead the conversation. But with seniors, they're really, I think, spending more time and being more intentional. And so I think NASCAP in particular is going to be a space where, and it already is, but where senior competitors, I mean, they're competing until they're like in their 60s and their 70s. And so,
Yeah.
and they have totally separate careers entirely else. So very cool. So you are a full time. I guess you're on Thanksgiving break now, but you're a full time student.
Yeah.
Cool. How do you manage training if you're up in Tampa? I'm pretty sure that you're. Are you based in Orlando?
No, so I'm based in Tampa, and my base is actually sorry, it's Miami or Broward, so right above
Okay.
Miami, like Fort Lauderdale area, which was where the tournament was at. So it was pretty cool to just be like, I just came home and went to the tournament.
Yeah.
Um, but I knew none of the judges. It was actually kind of weird. So it was pretty interesting. I only knew like a couple of them from like local circuits, but everybody else there were like a lot of Kempo judges. It was
Okay.
pretty interesting. But I'm based from here, and then I go to school in Tampa at USF.
Okay. And then how do you? And you said you teach at a karate school separately. Is that where you also get your training hours in on the mat?
Yeah, I usually stay after classes, help, and then I clean after. I come in on the weekends and train there. So that's the only real space I have up in Tampa to train, and other than like the gym. But that's my only mat.
Gotcha. Now, you and your sister, are you guys still doing and planning to do for the next year Team Sync?
I don't. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It was a struggle. We didn't do it this year much. I think we did it at two tournaments. We did it at
Okay.
US Open and at Pan Am's just because those are local and we wanted to retain our title.
Uh-huh.
But ever since we did it one year while I was in college in Tampa, my freshman year, and it was my sister did not like training virtually like that. I was used to it because that's how I worked with my previous partner Connor in Wisconsin, but she did not like virtual trainings for sync, so we stopped it after that year. And then I guess next year we'll see, but I doubt it.
Oh, okay. That's always fun. Just like a brother sister duo. And
Yeah,
you're also, are you still doing your the vlogs and things like that?
of course, we love the vlogs. We do the vlogs every tournament. We just released a new one for Toronto, and we will be filming for next year's post at Toronto.
Cool. Okay. I mean, an easy plug. What is the app for that, the
It's
handle?
going to be youtube.com/DG and PIA.
Okay, DG and PIA.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, those are always so fun, and I think they really capture. Whenever I talk to people about like, what was your favorite part of the event? Oftentimes, it's not CMX forms. It's the night show or hanging out with friends, and I love
Yeah.
that you guys capture that part. It's definitely kind of like I don't want to. You guys feel a hole in something that really captures what NASCA is.
Yeah, we try to capture everything. We capture divisions, people competing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then but we always try to just show interactions between everybody because
Mm-hmm.
it's especially NASCAR is like a family. Everybody's there. Once you
Mm-hmm.
get in there, you meet people and you grow along with each other. Almost all my friends aren't from like Florida where I'm at for school. It's all like people across the state or countries because of NASCAR.
Yeah. Now, we're gonna wrap up the show with the Battle of the Martial Arts, and if you had any feedback for the promoter, what would you say?
For the promoter, I would say honestly, well, for the promoter of the tournament,
Hmm.
any feedback for the promoter of the
Or just like your thoughts on, as a competitor, what your thoughts were from
tournament?
it.
I don't know. I guess I feel like maybe splitting the men and women for regular divisions and prize money as well would be kind of cool. I don't know. I hadn't seen men and women together in the adult divisions ever. Just that's my experience, and I mean I don't know how they felt about it, but I think just they had a lot of money to be able to split it, and there was a lot of competition for both
Yeah.
um, genders. So I don't know. I think maybe splitting that in the future and having a little more variety with the divisions itself. They just had traditional like for forms weapons, and then CMX, especially
Mm.
because next year it looks like it's going to be connected to another circuit
Hmm.
and just more popular because of the prize money. That I
Yeah.
think that they should just expand what they offer. But I
Hmm.
think with what they offered of like one price for as many divisions, it was a good deal.
Yeah, I think a couple other promoters on other circuits. I know some Promac events do like one price for all of it, and that definitely adds up, as I'm sure you know,
Yeah.
doing a bazillion divisions. All right, cool. Well, what's your next event, or is the season over for you?
It's going to be Toronto in a couple weeks.
Great. Okay. Well, good luck to you. Excited to see how you do, and I'm really excited for you taking home all that money. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, we are.